primer. Windshield wiper motions right under that brow. And always, as an older lady, I like to go a little past the brow, but stay away from your crow's feet, right above it, right there. Why do I do that? Because it just kind of wakes up that bright color back here as well. It kind of wakes up that area. By the way, can I say something? Just because a young person invents something or produces a new line doesn't mean that older ladies can't use it. Matter of fact, Nanny Faye, her granny, I guarantee you she's being made up with this stuff. And I'm a Nanny Beth. It's a really good highlighter. I could put some on my nose, but I'm going to wait and use the glam later. Okay, I am going to switch over now and use the same brush. I'm going to dust it off just a little bit on my cloth. But I'm going to use the same brush and use this Stay Golden right here. Can you see that? Am I making this where you can see that? Right there. Tap it off. And I'm going to do the inner corner with this because I feel like this golden color, oops, sorry. I feel like this golden color is going to go better with this more warm tone. And I am going to dust it right under, just dust it a little bit right under the highlighter I just did. So yes, I've got almost a two-tone, but it blends well. And I'm blending a warm highlighter into a cool highlighter. And I'm going to come down the nose bone. The reason I do that is just so that you don't have this dark line. Same reason I do over here. You don't have a dark line when you're finished. And I think I'm going to save the lid for another color. Even though a lot of times I'll go ahead with the highlight color and go right in the middle. We may come back and do that. But for right now, we're moving to a transition color. And I am thinking, which one do I want to use? I think I'm going to use Prettiest Peach. But I may a little precious with it. Okay, so I'm going to come, the darkest is always what you put down first, to start on the outer area and then come in. We're just doing the transition area, which is right under the brow, into the crease. And then just two swooshes, just blend that out. Oh, that's very nice, y'all. What do you think? Alright, so again, 2 Prettiest Peach, minus 1 Doggy Hair, and 1 Precious Sweep. So blended colors here, y'all. Outer area first, straight down, like that. Do you see that? Straight down to get that first. And then just go straight across, but right under. Don't mess up your highlight color, but right under it. And then just a swoosh across. That last swoosh across kind of blends it into the highlight color, but we can also, if you want to add back highlight later, you can. So that was easy. That's done. Now I want to do with a taper, and I'm using, by the way, I'm using Sigma Beauty brushes. Sassy Savannah, you need to come out with a brush set and talk to me about it, because there's certain brushes you absolutely need. Okay, here we go. Which one? I don't know. What am I going to use? Y'all, I'm going to use bourbon. Why? I don't know, but I'm going to use bourbon. That's this kind of deep burgundy, burnt brown, and it looks like it has gold flick in it. Let's just see. So I'm taking a tapered brush, and let me just remind you, when you have a tapered brush, you want to roll it. Why do you roll it? Because they're not all the same length. You want to make sure you have good coverage. And definitely because you're rolling it, you're really churning up the shadow, so tap it off. Again, you put down out here, and I always do it at an angle like that. That's where you put down, and then you go through the crease, windshield wiper motion, stay in the socket. Sometimes if it helps you look up, see how that grabbed my brush, because the skin will just grab it, and that'll just help you keep your line straight. The reason I go back and forth is to help blend the color, and then take it and just kind of turn this, and any left over you keep on this outer V. Down this way, up that way, down this way, up that way. That's what I'm doing. And if you really want to highlight in here a darker color, or you just do a little circle without picking it up, and see how that made it darker, and then blend that out. Okay. Nice. Now you don't have to do this. If you like a lighter makeup look, especially, it doesn't matter if you're younger. You can be older and want that look. Then you can just stay with this. But I always like to add a little dimension, and we'll blend that out. Again, we're back in bourbon. We're still rolling it. Tap it off real good. Again, put it in an angle like your V. That's your V that way, and then your V that way. And then you go all the way through. Maybe look up a little so it'll grab your brush and you keep your line straight. And you're just giving a little dimension of your eye socket is why you do this. And then any left over, again, I'm going to do the same on either side. Just do a little circle. See how that darkened it? Now you just smooth that out. Okay, I like it. All right, so first and foremost, let's blend that out a little bit. Let me get a blender. This is a dome blender. Always get your little cloth and wipe it off. Make sure you don't have anything from last time. There's nothing on this, and I'm just going to get rid of lines here and here first, always. And then right between the transition area and the brow. Not too much, or you will over blend it and blend the colors together so much that there's no real definition. You're just getting rid of the line, and then I back swirl on the edge like that towards the eye, and that just gets rid of the line over here, and any of that highlight that I had there kind of mixes in, and it just diffuses that line, right? See how it's just diffusing the line for me to do it that way. I like it. That's a pretty look. It's very subtle. It's not overdone. Bourbon is actually not that dark that it doesn't blend well. These colors are well matched to each other. So now I'm going to use a smudge shader, a short shader or a smudge brush. I really like that Once in a Blue Moon because that's a very dark royal navy. I love it, but I feel like with what I'm wearing today, I like suits your fancy. So I'm going to take this short shader brush and go into this one right here. Or I don't know. I'm going to do Fine and Dandy. Wait a minute. Okay, I'll come back with that. What I'm actually going to do, did I get anything on that? I'm going to line with this dark Fixin' 2. Again, this is a short shader E20 from Sigma Beauty. Just going to tap that off. And because it's so tightly packed, you can use this as a liner. So I'm going to use this to line my brow. She does not have a brow product, I will tell you that. But you can always use your darkest matte brown for lining. And when I say that, it just helps fill in the spots. Fill in the front just a little bit. Just to thicken it up and raise. This one's shorter. My eyebrows are not even, so I have to. And that's very subtle. Do you see how this just gave it some oomph? That's what my mom used to say. Let's give it some oomph. Okay. Again, I love that I've got this nice big mirror. I love a big mirror. I don't really think much of palettes that come out with no mirror. And so when I see a high-end palette and they don't have a mirror, I'm like, you couldn't afford that? This is her starting line. While I know she's got a multi-millionaire dad, I don't know if he invested. She does well on her own. I'm sure she's paid for the show. And whoops, I overdid it there. So I'm just going to use my finger this time, but you know that you also can use a cotton bud. Okay, and just see how it just kind of is filling it in a little bit. And then I'm also going to fill in the front just a little bit, come a little forward, and fill just so that that color runs throughout. Because it's more of a warm brown, and my natural brow is going to be a little more of what am I trying to say? A cooler brown. So I do like this a lot, but I can use this. And I'm going to go ahead and use that through my lashes. Not under them. You go through them, and all that does is fill in the space between your lashes with color so you don't see skin, and it makes your lashes look thicker. You can do the same thing above to get ready for your liner. Just kind of stamp it through the lashes. Do you see the difference? It's subtle. But when you stamp through the lashes, it just kind of puts color in between the individual lashes, which kind of makes them look a little bit thicker. That's all. Okay, if you want to, you also can get a spoolie brush and brush these out, but I'm actually okay with the way they look right now. Actually, I'm going to use this color, and I am going to add some of that Fine and Dandy. That is a beautiful green, a beautiful, brilliant green. Now, this is a sateen, or I wouldn't call it a frost. It's more, but it does have a bit of shimmer to it. I'm going to start in the front because I want the color to be more vibrant in the front here. But I'm thinking this is going to be, the shade of green is dark, so I feel like it's mainly going to be a backup to what I have on in the brown. So it's just going to kind of recolor what I have on just a little bit to the green notes. I don't want to overdo it. I want this to be very subtle. Do you see the difference? We haven't done eyeliner yet, y'all. Just be patient. Now, while this is pigmented, it's not overly so that there's a lot of fallout, which that's the danger that you have. When you get a finely pigmented product, it also usually has a lot of fallout. I'm not having any fallout, y'all. That's kind of good. And again, this is kind of a brown green. So it's just giving a very subtle hint of green. It's not a bright green, which I like that. You've got some little brighter colors here. Like that blue is really bright blue. So it'll take the right outfit for me to wear that. But this is all my shadows, shadow liners. So now, oh, there's one shadow I'm missing. My cheeky poos. Okay, so let's get... I'm obviously going to go... Well, with the colors I'm wearing, do I want to go more cheeky or peachy? I'm going to go cheeky. I know you're thinking, why would you not contour first? Trust me on this. I'm going to tap it because I want to see the real color. And then blend up. Okay, tap it. Tap, 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 tap on the apple of your cheek, on the apple of your cheek, and then swoosh up. I do come down to here as an older woman and also a woman with a full face, even though I was like a size 1. Yeah, I was a size 1 at one time. I've always had chipmunk cheeks. And so most people stop right here and they will tell you to. I always come down just a little. Just a little. And I also always do the bridge of my nose. So it look like I've got a little sun. Swoop up, swoop up. Because when the sun hits you, that's where it hits you. So you want a little color there. Also right above your iris in the front. Because back here you're going to put contour right here. That's a good place to put blush. And a little bit right in your hairline.